Alright, let's see if this works. Yeah, looks good. Alright, nice.
Here, I'll give you a few images for you to look at. Now tell me what you see in those images, or interpret out of them. And most importantly, how do you feel right now?
So that was a lot of bullshit. Uncanny Valley. 3, 2, 1, let's go. In the year 1970, Masahiro Mori, a world-renowned robot specialist, published his work, The Uncanny Valley, or Bukimi no Tani. His conclusion in his paper basically being subtle imperfections make them seem eerie, with imperfections meaning they don't really look like humans, and with them meaning the fucking robots he made. And them going forwards, opting for a more, hey, that's a robot kind of feel. Also this cute fucking bastard. Oh, it was a good... Masahiro Mori made these assumptions by using this fucking diagram that has kids absolutely shitting their pantaloons. He made it by testing how people reacted to robots that do and don't resemble humans, and robots that try to replicate human movements to certain degrees. This video will go over the graph that's also called the Uncanny Valley. The vertical y-axis depicts the, oh yeah, I like this. And the x-axis, the horizontal one, depicts the, yeah, that ain't human. Starting with basic industrial robots. No feeling, no affection, just there to do the hard work, especially when it doesn't feel like it. Mwah. Shit like cars if you don't bang the exhaust pipe. Or robot arms that really look... An example would be Sun, Wang and Peng Yun's work, called Can't Help Myself. A robot arm that sponges up red liquid and wrings it out again. Stuck in an endless loop, only to be done by the creators or by the never-ending passing of time. Going further along, you start with Plüschtiere, or plushies in English. Oh, German sounds like a fucking angry man. Hey, listen to this.
Warum, das werde ich dir sagen? Ich bin LKW mit Kartoffelsalat umgelasert!
And we also have shit like Rinderkennzeichnungsfleisch, Etikettierungsüberwachungsaufgaben, Übertragungsgesetz. One take, baby. Talking about plushies, you have things that are already inside the valley, which are creepy dolls. They also have human similarities, but they're more in a distorted and non-human kind of fashion. Just like Chucky, Megan, or, I don't know, fucking Barbie dolls even. That shit looks fucking creepy. There is another study in the same graph. There's another graph in the same study that has another line depicting the uncanniness for moving things. Because next to plushies we have cute robots that don't try to look human, which is fucking easy. Watch me draw one. And there it is. Ah, shit! As we enter the valley, I'd like to give you a warning. I'll be talking about murder cases and things that could break the immersion of analog horror videos on YouTube, especially the Mandela catalog. So if you haven't watched it, go do just that, especially it's fucking Halloween, man. And after watching it, come back to this video, alright? In the valley you have screaming robots that mimic human movement. Police sketches that look absolutely fucking dumb sometimes. Even though the backstories are never something to be laughed at. One thing that should be known beforehand is that the police, or I don't know who the fuck draws them, they draw them with exaggerated features because that's what people should recognize about them. This is a digital police rendering of the badly decomposed body of Jenny Games, who was a victim of a man known as Mr. Hands. Not Mr. Hands, my bad. Called Mr. Handcuffs. Mr. Hands was the fucking male horse from the Enumclaw horse sex case. Steven Zelek, that was his real name. He just went under the Alias Mr. Handcuffs, and he frequently visited S&M sadomaso websites where he found his 2 victims, Jenny Games and Laura Simonson. If you want to look into it for a creepy and unsettling vibe, go do it. This is DeAndre Charles, a man who was wrongly accused as a teenager at the young age of 14 of the murder of a New York Rami. He stayed behind bars for a while, and the original perpetrator still hasn't been found. Or this picture. This guy is black, first and foremost. I wouldn't have known. His name is Derek Toddley and was a serial killer who was active in Louisiana. He was convicted of several murders, especially against women, 7 at least, and sexual assault. Arrested in May 2003, he received the death penalty and died when on death row on January 2016. You probably know this goofy-ass sketch. Not really uncanny, but still something I want to talk about, and something you've probably seen while being out here on the internet. This is his name, and he robbed 2 women at knife point. The sketch, even though looking ridiculous in my opinion, helps the police finding him because it was, well, who the fuck would look like that? A guy who fucking looks like that. Crystal clear. If you want to know more about it, go research it yourself. A great rabbit hole to enter, especially during a time like this. This is a picture that's supposed to simulate a stroke, or so it says on fucking Reddit. A picture where your brain tries to recognize something, but it just doesn't fucking work, man. What the fuck is the picture? A few quick illusions for you. Our brain isn't fast enough to perceive these faces in our peripheral vision. Try to look at the mark in the middle for 2 seconds and the faces become fucking distorted. It also varies from person to person because your own brain fills up the gap. And your own brain is filled with shit you have fucking seen. Also, this illusion to show you that the brain really fills up gaps in the peripheral vision, even though it's filling up information. Corpses, zombies are especially striking, and one of the thought of reasons the Uncanny Valley exists, but we'll get to that later. Prosthetics are also one of the first things you would notice when looking at someone. They're just striking, and depending on how they look, if they look more humanoid or if they really look like a fucking robot arm. A robotic arm would be fucking cool, and a more humanoid type of fucking thing. What the fuck is it? And leaving the valley, we have things that look more like real fucking humans, but there's still an eerie feeling to them. Take the Bunrakador with the lifeless face staring at you. Now, let's take a look at human. Why does this feeling exist? Evolutionary aesthetics. It's because you should avoid them. You don't fucking recognize it, him, her, then of course you're going to be cautious. Or you feel scared. And being scared of things was one of the reasons we survived a bunch of years ago. Us fleeing or running away from things we didn't know or weren't able to anticipate helped us survive even longer. Pathogen avoidance. If someone is ill, they act and behave differently, more sluggish, and you should just stay away from them. Or you'll get sick as well. Or staying away from corpses, things that are lifeless, because they could also carry illnesses. And expectation violation. If something you expect, well, isn't the way you expect it to be, it alerts you. If a human face has wrong proportions or proportions that aren't totally normal, it falls into eye and makes you even more suspect about these things. And that's basically it. Or maybe they were aliens and they were able to morph into humans. I just flew some bad shit from Dominican. She get mad when I flip out and call her Spanish. Moonwalking, diamonds dancing, one vintage Fendi fashion. And electric, I be smashing. My bitch, she got the fattest ass. I'm rich for real, don't have to break. She wanted me to fuck her bad. That's the shit I'm into. Yeah.